Hi, this is Shakti from Millennium Soft. This session for the people who is using real estate and they want to use the ERP here. And this is part which is specifically focusing for the people who is for the tender, who is tender advertisement. They are doing estimation, then they are doing the project management. In the project management, they are allocating the work to the contractors or subcontractors, and then they are tracking those subcontractor or contractor to them, and they can create the invoice till the whole model of project management I'm focusing here. For that, first log in as a, for example, as a project manager. I'm logging here. You will reach to the main screen where you can see your dashboard project, where you can create the tasks, different tasks. You can create the tender advertisement, bill of quantity, tender response, and workers. You can see there are different project work displaying on the screen to you. First, tender advertisement. You can see different tender advertisement has done. You can click for a new tender advertisement. You can give that tender number. For example, let's say 22 tender due date. You can define here tender entered by, who was using this part. You can give the name of the tender entered by. Then period of time period you can give, then earnest money paid for that. You can give the details also, for which project we are doing this tender advertisement. Select here, let's say for VM Heights. We can create here the task. Now for this project there could be a different task. Let's say for example already defined task which I taken care, which is the RCC. What is the measurement we are considering here? Maybe square feet or cubic meter, whichever you want to be take it, you can be take it. And what is the quantum of work for this RCC work? Let's say is around 250 square feet. You can define the unit price of that. Now you can add what are the requirement of material or the services for that. Let's say for example I'm clicking here, then so you can take the product whichever you want. For example here we considered cements, 30 bags we are considering here. We want to consider some, let's say for steel or iron. So I click it on, let's say the iron. The quantum of iron would be required for this work is around 5 ton. I defined here. So these are the material required for this. Just save and close. So you can see for that particular work the quantum of work is 250 and details has come here. You can go to the tender details where you can fill the tender details. Here you can click on the tender details, then you can go to the terms and conditions where you can define the terms and conditions. After defining the terms and conditions, you can see what are the other items. If you want to add in this task, you can add more tasks here, maybe PCC, RCC. You can create number of tasks here, just compute that and it's going to be confirmed. After confirming that, you need to be approval via admin. So just I'm logging via admin. I given the admin username, ID and password. Admin password person, maybe who's the higher level management people, he can approve this. Maybe a general management level people, you can see the tender ADS 22 is there. Click on that. You can find out the details of that, what are the quantity required, and it has confirmed and ready for approval. After approving this, you can see this tender has approved for advertisement and details has come, the status is approved. Now we just log in through that and we'll log it through the project manager again. So project manager can see the tender has approved, and he can see that response of that. So he will go to the tender where he will select which tender has got approved. He can ask for security deposit via different subcontractors. You click on the get details, automatically all the details will be loaded here from that tender advertisement. You have to just select which tender we are considering here. You can select here the name of your subcontractor which we are going to be considered here. Let's say for example Bin Laden Traders. For uploading the task, we will go to the get details, click it there, you will get the details here. So automatically all the details has come. So there maybe your number of people can be quote to you the prices. That's the way your draft of tender is ready. You can see different tasks. Maybe he quoted XYZ prices for that. Let's say Bin Laden company has quoted you 25 rupees. So the cost of tender is around 6,250 rupees. Want to confirm those details, you can confirm those details. your tender response has come. Now we will go to the admin, where we will use the admin user and password to approve that tender response, which subcontractor we are going to select or which we are not. So for that we will go to the admin will go to the project tender response. You can see there a tender response came, two respond games where two people. So you can see that I created one more like Sri Shakti traders also. So for example, Bin Laden maybe quoted 25. So you can confirm this. After confirming this, it can be converted to the work order, where that has converted to the work order. You can see the status of that. We'll go to the tender work order list, so there you can find out here the different work orders has already generated, and this is that. Go back to the project manager login. So project manager key C can, these are the work orders has prepared. We'll go to the project in the work orders. So you can see this work order has been drafted via admin, where you can see that informations. Where you can see the information of work orders, different work orders information is there, all the details what the rate has covered. If you want to add more items, there could be the more items there. Now we'll go to the login through the again to the admin. Admin can see here work done by subcontractors. So for that we'll click on the work done by subcontractors, because we have awarded the work orders. So just we'll go there, we'll go to the work orders. You can see the Bin Laden has started the work, so we'll create the subcontract work. We'll give the details of that. For example, now we're clicking on the work order. Now for that work order execution will create via project manager login. You will go to the work order details, where that convert into the task via admin. You can see on the screen, we can select what the work has done by the subcontractors. So we will select the work which we have given to them. When you click out on the compute, it will add the taxes and it will show you the screen of a subcontractor invoice to work completed. For that work completed option will come, so he has to contract invoice for work completed. So we'll go to the task, how much work he has done. For that we are going to create the invoice. So that, let's say example, he has worked out of 250, so the calculation is done. So click on the compute and then click on the create invoice. So that's the way you can create the multiple work orders invoices, and you can track the invoices also. to the subcontract invoices, where we can create the subcontract invoices. We'll create all the subcontract invoices which we have created earlier. Taxes you can select it here, whichever taxes you want to select. Compute the taxes, so that's the way your invoice will be created and it's ready for approve. We'll go to the admin login and approve this. When it is going to approved, it will validate. Ready for validate. We'll go to the post date payments. There we can see voucher like bank payment or the cash payment. So we are going to create the details of the bank payment, the check date, information, check number, how much payment we are giving to them and against which. So here we created the information about that. For account number, whichever we have to select it. We change the amount, we are not giving full amount, so we can create here the multiple invoices also for the one work order. For which account we are doing this, we can proceed ahead. Here you can see the 2000 rupees debited from our accounts. All the details with that. Now we can convert to the payment and generate the reports. We can create the payment vouchers for the bank payment. You can see there is a one payment draft is ready for the payment. It is the via check number and all the details will come there. So we have to just save that details. Now we'll log out and log in through the admin password. We'll go to the accounts. The admin will go to the bank payments. Here they can see the draft is ready for approval, so he will just validate there after reconciling all the details, and there it is as validated. We'll go to the login by again the inventory manager, where the inventory management can see the stock which allocated by how much stock we have allocated to that against that work order. So he will select that project. So there you can see the work items or task is there. So he will select for which task he is distributing the materials. Issuing by location stock, and he selected stock transferred. So he can choose their stock transferred, how much cement bags he is giving to that work for the RCC. Let's say he has given 10, then he has again used some steel or iron, so given some quantity of that, which just let's say 2 ton. Save the details. So these things he has transferred to the against that work order. So when we have saved the details and compute that, we can save this of the material issue. Now we'll log in through the project manager. In the project manager, you can see that what the work has done. When you select for that project, he has not authorized person who can see that how much material has allocated for that work. So we'll go to the admin. So this is the user authority level, you can use it. Admin will go to the project, he can see how much work has done for that particular project and how much material has distributed. So as for that, you can see the status also. Just save it, so you will get the report also in the Excel or PDF, whatever format you want. You can see this much has quantity and rate, so as per that amount invoice still is this much, and as per that amount material has consumption this much. So you can see the if that rate of material given, so amount also will come there. This is the reconciliation of the material. This is for the projects. Thank you from our side. Thank you.